Hello guys, good afternoon. Welcome to Daily Market Review. Today's date is September 19th. So today's session, as expected, took the buy side liquidity during overnight session. So we had a gap up for the New York session, which means it already took the engage with the buy side that we've been looking for, we've been waiting for, right before New York Open. And the other targets we had on was these size. Oh, my phone is ringing. And then up here these size, which was both was taken, and the next drawn liquidity should be the buy side, the external range high, which is at 257 on the continuous contract. Right now I'm on the continuous contract, but it's the same level for December anyways because we rolled over. So the continuous contract right now is showing the December contract is adjusted. So the reason I'm looking at this price action right now in the regular trading hours is I just want to annotate or showcase the opening range gap here. And so these are the levels that I've marked out for today's session right after market open. That being said, let's take a look at this rally here. This is the overnight session, New York session, and it closed right there. So let's go down to the 1 minute. Now, because the New York session already opened at premium, as you guys can see, it was a rally all the way up. This is the buy side, and New York opened right here, which means it opened at premium, in premium. Thus, I was expecting a rally to the downside initially for the opening range gap, and its CE and its quadrants. It was a big gap, but I was content enough with just liquidity. This liquidity right here, equal lows. This low is relatively equal to this. Added more confidence to my analysis, to my bias, at least for the opening range. And let's read what happened here. So this is New York Open, initially dumped and made a higher high. That high here engaged with the buy side, so this is buy side being purged. We have this BISI here, which ended up being inverted, getting inverted. Retest of the inversion, couldn't even reach up to the CE of the inversion fair value gap, sold off, and that sell-off was my interest for the morning session. The price was willing to trade below the previous up close candle, which means this now has become an order block, which means the high of that candle is or should be safe for what I like to see. And this was the execution, so I get the relative equal lows, and I was content enough with that. But let's keep reading the order flow and see what happened afterwards. Let me check. Okay. So it took the sell side liquidity, relatively equal lows, purged that, rejected it, and we have a V shape here, which means we have a balanced price range here. Price accumulated in that balanced price range a little bit, swept the sell side, and this placed higher. For me, this balanced price range is not a long. I mean, if you have a long bias, yeah, you can take it. But if you don't have the long bias, which means we're already in premium. So I did not have I had a long bias, but I did not want to execute on the longs right away. But for me, what I would have done if I was looking for long setups is I would wait for this candle's high being violated, and I would use that candle right here with this one or thereafter as a bullish order block and targeting whatever high. I mean, for the buy side delivery, the highs or the targets is not clean. We don't have relative equal highs and stuff, but you can also look at higher time frame, old highs and old lows. So here, it's placed above those down close candles. That's the confirmation for my liking personally. You can take the BPR like I said, and it is placed here. accumulated right above it. Let me just put this displaced more. Here's another displacement, and it engaged with the morning session. Let me clean that a little bit. Morning session high. The only thing I would like to mention here is the retest of the opening range gap high, which is 930 open level. Retested that, standing higher. One more displacement. Same deal. It was a clean order flow here, and it rated the old buy side, which was where is it? Sorry guys, I gotta, okay, which was this one, and the wick. Those were my only targets for the buy side today. As you can see, the first one is those clean highs, and the second push cleared the wick. Now there, it formed the same pattern that we've seen at the opening bell. There was a PPR here, which is not a short for me, but it sold off one more time. Now these two up close candles, consecutively up close candles, are order blocks. So this displacement right there is a high probability fair value gap for my liking. Price couldn't even reach up there, sold off. Another OB here, retested that OB and came down to opening range gap high and rejected off of it basically. But that is also the dealing range equilibrium. It aligned with the opening range gap. This is a very sharp reverse rejection displacement. There's no market structure shift here, but there is an order block, which means if these three consecutive down close candles, as long as they hold the price, it's going to be primed to go up here. This is a good entry for my liking, because we have at least discount being tested and rejected and clean highs here. So we can identify or plot the long setup. We have these highs here. In this case, if you were to look for the first leg, there is buy side, but like if it's relatively equal, that increases the probability, in my opinion. Price will be more willing to go up there. So here, came down here, did more manipulation into the range EQ, sold off, bought back. Here's another BPR area. Also the order block here. Held the price. Standard higher, a little choppy here, which means like slow grind higher. Sold off again. Now there is a new dealing range here. You can use that if you have the bias though. Price accumulation below SIBI, an inversion of that. This is basically a trap shorts. Retest of the inversion didn't happen, but price came all the way down to the breaker block here. Retested that, highly manipulated price, and it basically completed the one setup for life here. Now thereafter, let's clean the chart here. Now I'm going to read the price right after one setup for life getting completed. Thereafter, in my opinion, it was choppy. Price did a lot of back and forth price action we see here. So it formed clean highs, ran it, clean lows, ran it. Then it did more damage to the south side. Two lows, and this is the third one. Bullish 3 drives, send the price higher. We have power of 3, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, breaker block here, order block here, displacement here. So as long as the order block holds, this is going to be, well, we're going to be seeing more upside. Here in this case, the price technically inverted the fair value gap, but again, breaker block, order block, and the whole market sentiment is bullish, so I would not use this as a bearish inversion fair value gap. Also, look at the highs. It's leaving or building up buy side liquidity. So once it makes a jagged move to the downside, it's going to be going upward. charts. Okay, in this case it came down to the breaker block here, rallied, cleared the equal highs. Not a trade in my opinion though, because it's shallow. Like, first of all, you wouldn't be waiting for the breaker block, you would probably be filling this wick from there to here, 12 points only, and you would have 14-point drawdown, so probably get stopped in fact. And here, price accumulation, equal highs here, which is a trap. It's going to be targeted tomorrow probably, or next week. Price accumulation right above a BISI. It inverted it, retest, inversion fair value gap, sold off, tag the sell side here. Along the way, the only thing I like here is, so we have this candle right here, 3 up close candles or a buck. I wouldn't use it. I would wait for the inversion here because it's accumulating. So this candle's retest is a short for me. If I missed that, I would use the fair value gap thereafter, which was this one right here. Price did Mohawks, sold off, cleared the sell side, and overall through the market close we had these lows, was engineered right here, cleared that, and then we had this low right here, which was my interest. And the reason I was interested in that low the most, for the market close, so it cleared that in the after hours, but the reason I was interested in that low is because this is time based. It's a time based low, which is 11 o'clock low, and also it's in the opening range gap, so this is a high probability target for my liking. Every jagged move here in this case I saw was a short entry for me. So here, for example, jagged move, displacement, oops, not that one, sorry, this one right here, that's a short for me. Then, because those jagged moves are manipulations basically. Here, another jagged move, twice in fact, and it sold off in, right after. This is the market close. Did not engage with it before market close, but we just took it. We just cleared that low here after 6 p.m. so during Asia. But again, the only reason I was more interested in this low rather than these ones, this is the low hanging fruit. Okay, if you're taking a short here, this is where you TP no matter what and set your stop loss at break even, leave your runners for the other lows. But this one, I wasn't interested, just because this one had more high probability, and I like the fact that it basically jagged some buy side up here. Now I know these are clean highs, but if I know the time-based liquidity will be targeted, I don't care about those clean highs. I know for a fact that it's going to leave tomorrow anyways, or next week, or whatever the case is for the later time. And every jagged move to the upside basically indicated me that this one's lower. Also, if you look at the lows, building south side to run on it. Here, same deal, building south side to run on it. Here, same deal, building south side to run on it until it engages with here. Now from here, because it cleared that low, we could see these relative equal highs in here. So tomorrow I would be looking for continuation, but also what's more important for me is the opening range gap from today. I think it's going to have a lot of impact on the price today. So keep that in mind. Have that on your charts. I'll have it on mine tomorrow for Friday. I would expect either a run on these highs, the equal highs, or the opening range gap from today's maybe CE of it getting purged, but we'll see. So anyways, I hope you find this insightful, guys. I'll talk to you later. Have a great day.